So it obviously was not a fair selection. I think it was thoroughly screened and therefore worthless, and I think people will realize that.
All right, let's jam calls in when we get back. Let's go to Robert, Common, Christian, Heath, and others straight ahead. PrisonPlanet.tv is the website. We must defile the great leader, the great whore Obama. Get the Obama T-shirts at Infowars.com.
Did you know many vitamin and mineral supplements on the market are made from rocks and ground up shells? Think about that. Would you swallow a handful of shells you found at the beach? Our body wasn't designed to digest rocks and shells. Hello, my name is Dr. David Friedman, formulator of Choose for Health, a delicious-tasting chewable dietary supplement derived from 16 fruits, vegetables, and antioxidants. Unlike hard-to-digest pills, Choose for Health is a convenient chewable which allows for better digestion. The choice is yours. Swallow rocks and shells to supplement your diet or a natural chewable product you can better digest. Choose for Health, the world's first superfruit, sea vegetable, antioxidant chewable. Whole food nutrition, not rocks and shells. 1-800-210-1922. Call now and receive a free copy of my best-selling CD, America's Unbalanced Diet. 1-800-210-1922. Or go to orderchoose.com.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. How much are you willing to lose? Take action now. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129. I believe that we are facing a financial catastrophe of biblical proportion. Over recent decades, numerous economic systems have failed. Current Federal Reserve policy and uncontrolled government spending have set the stage for the United States to be the next target. Secure your assets today by calling 1-800-686-2237, extension 129. Do this while paper can still buy gold. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
Finally in the news this evening, it's being reported that cyber spies from Russia and China have now penetrated our power grid. Even as energy experts are reporting that each summer we get closer and closer to the limits of our nation's power grid, some say that this summer's demand for electrical power may finally push the grid over its edge, creating a cascade of power outages across the country, putting us all in the dark.
Are you prepared for the next round of storm-related outages or government-created blackouts? Have you ever thought about taking steps to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electrical power? If so, this will be the most important information you have ever heard. Solar-powered generators are finally available. They have no moving parts to wear out or break and require absolutely no gas whatsoever. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Check out mysolarbackup.com before you lose your power.
Defile, to make unclean or unfit for ceremonial use, to desecrate, to debase the pureness or excellence of, to make filthy or dirty, to pollute. You see, I said we must defile the fraud that is Obama, because really he's something very wicked and bad. It's like a cyanide pill stuck inside chocolate candy. I'm saying we got to pull the chocolate candy off. That's defile. And then you'll see there's a piece of cyanide in there, enough to kill 20 horses. That's why they make him godlike, president of the world, the king, the Lord, so they can put the whole agenda on him and ram it right through the gates of the republic. And so let's take some more calls. Who's up next here? John? Robert in Louisiana, you're on the air with Webster Tarpley. Go ahead.
Thank you for having me on. Nice to talk to you again, Alex. I just wanted to let you know that I was able to infiltrate the Dennis Miller radio show and ask him make a reference to Perry attending Bilderberg and the News 8 Austin article that's on YouTube. I put it up on YouTube, the video, so you can find it by searching Dennis Miller asked about Bilderberg.
Okay, you're on air. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I just asked him about it. Well, I talked to him about it, about Perry and Hutchinson going in there, and then he hung up on me really quickly. It's pretty cool, and I did post the video up so people can watch it. And I also have a list of numbers to radio shows, radio talk shows on my YouTube channel for people to use if they can call in. It helps a whole lot, it makes a big difference getting the message out there.
Okay, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep it up.
That's great. Look, that's take back the airwaves. You never have to figure that there's nothing you can do. There are these big talk radio shows broadcast nationwide. If you're patient enough and clever enough, if you can put some time into it, plan a question, you can do something. You can get on the scoreboard with hundreds of thousands of people. So that's a way to get into politics. And the more people do that, the better it's going to be. And the more capable you're going to be, the more often you do it.
Absolutely, Webster. And that's where the revolution is coming out saying no. And that's why they're trying to demonize anybody as racist. I want to play a clip here. The first one, he's doing this every show the last few weeks. This, of course, is the MSNBC minion, Chris Matthews, saying we've got to give sodium pentothal to all these anti-healthcare people because they're all secretly racist. Here it is.
The NPR poll last week, of those, 25% of the public strongly supported, so they strongly supported what Obama is trying to do on healthcare. 39% strongly opposed. Right now, there does seem to be more energy in the opponents than the supporters, although the proponents are trying to gear up. And I think it would be a mistake to simply read what's happening as just a kind of racial reaction. There is an indication here of the problem the Democrats face.
Go into any one of these rallies, these people they filled it. It was like Acorn on the right. It was reminding me of Acorn taking off Tip O'Neill's office. Put all of these 100 people in a room. Strap them into gurneys, inject them with sodium pentothal. How many of them would say, I don't like the idea of having a black president? What percentage? What percentage would say I don't like having a black president?
I'm just guessing. This is just off the cuff. I think 45 to 65% of the people who appear at these groups are people who will never be comfortable with the idea of a black president.
You want to venture a guess?
I would not go that high.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
I would not go that high.
How many of them would say, I would really like the idea of Sarah...
This is Hitlerian. Hitler used racial politics. And he said, these groups racially are coming after you. They want to get you. So not just racism, but trying to create race war. And they're doing this on all the channels, Webster, as you know. This is just outrageously criminal, in my view, to take big groups of people clashing and to say the majority group is all basically racist, or 65% of them. I mean, that is injecting race. That is making something racial that isn't. This is outrageous. What they're and then getting rid of my videos that call for unity. These people know what they're doing, Webster.
This is the class consciousness of the U.S. oligarchical elite, and in particular of the left wing, the sort of center left wing of it, which is focused on the world of the foundations. In other words, it's the National Public Radio, Public Broadcasting System, Bill Moyers, Charlie Rose, this kind of world. Their class consciousness is a hatred of blue-collar workers in the United States. And they base this on the idea, their cover story is that blue-collar workers are racist and patriotic. They support wars, and therefore they voted for Bush. But the underlying purpose of this is to crush economically these same blue-collar workers. So in other words, it's class hatred that they express in this characteristic way.
And the big foundations you mentioned are the big eugenics foundations, so they really hate the blacks. So they've got their two enemies.
Absolutely.
They've got their two enemies trying to make us kill each other while they sit there just going, I can't wait to murder these blacks.